Nazi regimes came to power in Allied and occupied countries. Antonescu secretly planned to deport Romania's Jews and Gypsies to the region.
A venit un cartuș și l-am pușcat. Când l-am văzut că a căzut jos și când l-am văzut că tărea de picioare și l-a aruncat în groapa aia, eu mă rugam să fie un cartuș sau o bombă să mă omoară și pe mine.
Convoaie, ia convoaie. Ia la o gilă de paie, să minte până când voi muri. Și ne-a făcut fiecare focă să dormim acolo.
I didn't have an opinion about them. I had an opinion about their actions and their behavior and, I don't know, like bad deeds, stealing, not very polite.
Well, I don't see them helping each other. I don't see them trying to make an example of them in society. I always hear about them on the news doing some crime and illegal stuff. I really don't think it's a good image they've made through Romania. People should know I'm sorry for them, but it's not quite my fault. They don't have the right to rob me in the street if they see me. And if that happens to you, I don't think you'll be very pleased and say, oh my God, they've been treated badly in the Second World War. Maybe they have a reason to rob me. No, that's not at all good. That's the way they manifest in society. That's the way they appear on the TV screen. That's the way everybody sees them.
How many of you agree? Raise your hand. Wow. Okay. So let me hear from somebody who doesn't agree.
The gypsies were always spread into parts, like the nomads, and the other gypsies. And there is also a problem in society today because our society is doing things to help the gypsies. We're doing things to stop discriminating them, and there are even schools where their language is taught. And our society is trying to help them, but it's a problem with them. If they don't want to have a civilized society, then we can't help that.
Some of them are richer than us. They have enormous amounts of money, and they don't spare a dime. They just like to have their big old palaces with gold inside them.
You said all we hear in the media is bad things about the Romans. But I think one thing this film shows is that usually all we hear about the Holocaust it's about the Jews. We don't hear about the Roma. So this shows that actually what we hear in the media and in films and in books, it doesn't always represent what the reality of the situation is.
They are far away from the town hall or the police station where they can get the IDs. So, and when they get there, it costs and it takes time, but when they get there, they are treated like, oh, and where is your proof that you pay these taxes and stuff like that. Go back home, come and bring those. And of course, people give up. After 2 ways or 3 ways to the town hall, they give up.
We went to Transylvania and screened the film, and we went to the Lutheran church in Sibiu. There's a high school across the way, Brukenthal, yeah? And we had a screening at the Brukenthal High School, and we had a break, an hour break before our next screening at the Asra Museum. And Mr. Tranka said, oh, I'm going to go visit the church across the street. Okay, we'll go buy lunch, and you visit the church, and we'll meet and have lunch outside in the courtyard. So we go to buy our lunch, we come back, and I said, how was the church? He said, I don't know, they wouldn't let me in. They said you had to be a German to visit the church. I said, excuse me? They said, yeah, they told me that only ethnic Germans are allowed to visit the church. I went to the kiosk, to the information thing. I said, hi, is this church open today? Yes, yes, it is. Can anybody come in? Do I have to buy a ticket? Oh, no, anybody can come in. It's open to tourists. Anybody can come in. Yet he was not allowed to go into the church. I called the priest. I said, okay, you better get the priest down here because this is a problem. I called the priest, he came down, he said, no, we couldn't possibly not let this man in the church. It's open to everybody. I said, is it? Really? Okay, you need to talk to your employee. We talked to the employee said, oh, I didn't let him in because he was a gypsy. There are things that are going on that you don't see because it's not affecting your daily lives. You're not of that social economic group, you're not of that ethnic group, so you don't see the things affecting them every single day. And it's very, very parallel to what's going on in African American society in the United States.
But nowadays, gypsies go to foreign countries and eat the swans on the lakes. So what should we believe about this?
Can I say something? But do you know how it's like when you're a Romanian and you travel to a foreign country and you see, I'm going to say this Switzerland. I saw only one beggar in that country. And guess what was the language that that beggar was speaking? Guess what was his nationality? Do you know how it's like when you're a Romanian and you go to other country and they ask you, hey, what country are you from? I'm from Romania. Oh, the gypsy thing. You know, there are two different things. We also would like to be known for our own social...
Yes, but if we're not
Who's stopping you?
First
of all, can I say something? Can I say something? Who's stopping you, for one? Nobody's prohibiting you from discussing your culture internationally, that's for sure.
We are a perfect people. We Romanians are known to be the best people of the world, and gypsies, as a small part of our society, are the worst thing in it. We don't recognize it, we don't want to look at it. We are so perfect in our perfectness that we don't need to hear about them. Oh, they ruin the image of our great, clean country. The only ones who do something wrong to it are gypsies, right?
What's important is to try and yes, it's to try and change the image. It's to try to do things. So, for example, in the summer we're going to be with the mobile cinema in England, showing different films about Romania, showing that actually not all Romanians are gypsies. Also, there's corruption, but there's also good stuff going on. There's this. And I think that's what's important, to try and change the stereotypes, because one general stereotype, all gypsies are bad, or all Romanians are bad, is automatically wrong. You can't generalize like that.
Today when I came to school, I got in the bus, and I was shocked to find the smell really bad. I don't know, they say toilet smell. Something, excuse me, but piss and, I don't know, mixed with something. I imagined, because the whole bus was empty, almost empty, and there was a gypsy there, and everyone blamed it on the gypsy. Get out of the bus. Get out of the bus. You're smelly. Go take a shower. We don't want to smell your
smell.
And he was very humble, and he got out of the bus, and at the end, the smell didn't go along with him, and in the end we found out a white guy, a Romanian, was actually smelly. And exactly. And no.
So did you feel guilty?
Kinda. Because I was, in my mind there was that damn gypsy out of the country, I don't know. But when it comes to the Romanians, I said, well, he was mad, he had a bad day, I don't know.
So there's a double standard.